When it comes to the greatest franchise of all time, that is of course the LA Lakers. And looking at the greatest Laker, in many fans' view, that is Kobe Bean Bryant. As in a 20-year career in Los Angeles, he amassed 5 championships, 3 total MVPs, made a countless number of all-defensive teams, and hit more game winners than you could possibly count. The only guy in the same realm as Kobe, when it comes to the greatest Lakers of all time, is Magic Johnson. But even then, the Mamba comes out on top in that comparison. Now, when talking about being a Laker, being a superstar Laker, bleeding purple and gold, the standard you're held to is a much higher standard than the average franchise. For example, the Hornets, Wizards, teams like that. To get a statue outside your stadium, have your number retired, that bar is much, much lower than in Los Angeles. So the fact Kobe got 2 numbers retired and 3 statues really does speak volumes about how great he actually was. Now, getting down to the issue of this video, a lot of the media members, ESPN, have this idiotic notion LeBron James, just like Kobe, should get a statue. I actually thought this was a troll for clicks. I didn't believe what I was hearing in the post I was seeing. LeBron James get a statue as a Laker. Think about that, a Laker, that high standard, high bar. I can't even comprehend the idea someone thinks that he deserves that as a Laker. And looking at their arguments that are just so faulty, the one thing they go to, the 2020 Bubble Championship. Now think about this, the 2020 Bubble, whatever you think about that, it was played in Florida, not even in Los Angeles. The Lakers haven't won a finals game in Staples or Crypto since 2010 in Game 7. And I'm pretty sure till this date, there's been no championship parade for that 2020 title. If you're basing LeBron James getting a Lakers statue off the 2020 bubble, you might be clinically insane. And for some perspective, there's very few Lakers in their franchise history who get statues. Of course, Kobe now has one, Magic got one, Jerry West, Kareem, Shaq, and Elgin Baylor. Out of those 6 legends who stood up in the purple and gold, only one of them didn't win a championship, that being Elgin Baylor. Besides that, the majority of them, Kobe, Magic, Shaq, Kareem, had multiple titles in Los Angeles. And Elgin getting a statue despite 0 championships, it still does make sense. As looking at his all-time ranks for the Lakers, many forget, ranks first all-time in points per game. Yes, ahead of Kobe, Jerry West, and even Shaq. In terms of rebounds, I was very shocked, ranks first, total points 4th, and assists 7th. And kind of the cherry on top, in the NBA Finals, scored 61 points, the most ever in a finals game, and second most in playoff history. Elgin Baylor, despite not winning a championship, bled purple and gold. Now, looking back at LeBron James, his case for getting a statue, like I said earlier, is extremely weak. And if you look at LeBron's entire tenure in Los Angeles, I mean, top to bottom, just lacking a lot of substance. His first year, they won 37 games, only 2 more wins than the previous year. 2021 were a first-round exit. The following year, with a super team, only won 33 games. Last year, had the honor of being swept by the NBA champions. And this year, once again, are the 9th seed and a play-in team as it currently stands. LeBron's time in Los Angeles has had one semi-great year that in most fans' views has an asterisk. The other 5 years are just pure garbage and mediocrity. And here's the funny thing. If you say LeBron James gets a statue for that one championship, doesn't Anthony Davis also get a statue? I mean, AD arguably was the best player on that 2020 team. And him being traded to Los Angeles saved their franchise. Not LeBron James, but Anthony Davis was the X factor. Now LeBron, even having Anthony Davis, Westbrook, Carmelo, Dwight Howard, Kuzma, all these great players, his record in LA is 188 and 138. That win percentage is 57.7%, which is the definition of mediocrity. Now, looking past the win percentage, the championships, the playoff flameouts, missing the playoffs, LeBron's time in LA has been more about off-the-court activities than actual on-the-court play, as the drama surrounding him every single year is the most toxic thing I've ever seen. When talking about the greatest Lakers of all time, LeBron James is not one of them. Now, one guy who disagrees with that is, of course, Kendrick Perkins, one of the biggest buffoons that ESPN's ever seen.
Should LeBron James get a statue in Los Angeles?
Well, I mean, look what he done. He helped deliver a championship, banner number 17, to tie with the biggest, their rivalry, which is the biggest, arguably the biggest rivalry in sports with the Celtics. Okay, and then he passed up and broke Kareem's record, the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, in a Laker uniform. Those two things alone should have him a statue outside.
So, stopping Perkins right there, kind of a similar argument based on LeBron getting a statue of banner 17, which tied Boston. Now, not going to go too in detail right now, but just keep that in the back of your mind for later. Now, Perkins' second point, which I found equally as stupid, was when LeBron James, wearing a Lakers uniform, had passed all these guys in all-time scoring, from Kareem, Karl Malone, Jordan, Kobe, etc. And look, as good as that is, to get a statue off that, I don't really buy it. And here's the thing, LeBron racking up those total point numbers, the majority of them didn't come in Los Angeles. As looking at his ranks for all-time Lakers, he's not even top 10 in total points. I mean, a guy named Vern Mickelson ranks higher than LeBron James in the Lakers' all-time scoring list. As looking at LeBron's total points, in Cleveland, scored 23K points, Los Angeles 8.8 thousand, and the Heat 7.9 thousand. That means LeBron James, roughly 31,000 points didn't come in a Lakers uniform, and the percentage that did is only 22%. When you think of a player being a so-called Laker great, most of their ultimate achievements come while wearing the purple and gold.
See, George, this is the problem. This is the problem. Again, this is a team sport, and championships should not impact what you do on an individual basis. This is not boxing. This is not tennis. This is not golf.
Now, stopping right there, Kendrick Perkins, that was an historical achievement. As in a matter of minutes, this guy debunked his own argument and contradicted his points he made only minutes prior. What this really boils down to is LeBron James has zero case for a statue in Los Angeles. Absolutely none. I mean, looking at some Laker legends who deserve a statue more but won't get one, guys like James Worthy, Pau Gasol, Gail Goodrich, even Byron Scott and Michael Cooper had better careers as Lakers. And cutting through all the BS, that 2020 Lakers championship out of their 17 rings is one, the least impressive, and two, the least notable championship in their franchise's history. And looking back at Kendrick's second point about passing Kareem in scoring while being a Laker, again, a nice achievement, good accomplishment, and historic milestone. But here's the thing, a player doing that in a certain jersey doesn't justify them getting a statue. For example, Michael Jordan in Washington, after he came back, passed Moses Malone, Dr. J, and Wilt Chamberlain on the all-time scoring list. MJ passing those guys in scoring while being a Wizard, does that justify him getting a statue for the Wizards franchise? Of course not. If LeBron in 2020 was playing for the Kings, the Magic, the Hornets, and won them a championship, there is no doubt in my mind he would get a statue in a matter of days. But unfortunately for him, he was playing for the most storied franchise in NBA history. My main problem with LeBron James getting a so-called statue in LA is that past legends who accomplished more in Los Angeles also don't have one. And the bar to do that is so high, you'd have been in the top 0.1% of Lakers players all time. And using just common sense, forget the stats, the championships, all that. When you think of Kobe and Magic, what do you think of? The Lakers. When you think of Kareem and Shaq, despite playing on different teams outside Los Angeles, you always think of the Lakers. When you think of LeBron James, you don't think of him as a pure Laker. LeBron at heart is a Cleveland Cavalier. That's where he played the longest, where he won his most important championship, and most importantly, where he was drafted. Him getting a statue in Cleveland and Miami 100% should happen, and I think it will. But for Los Angeles, him being a Laker, I am dead set against that and doubt it'll actually happen. I mean, when Brian Windhorst, the biggest LeBron jock writer, is saying he shouldn't get a statue, you really know LeBron shouldn't get a statue as a Laker. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.